You know how you fall out with a friend, an ex, or a loved one, or someone who was really close to you at some point in your life. You fall out with them, and you start posting glow up pictures, you start posting videos, quotes, and content that validates your feelings, and at the same time content that are indirectly talking to them, because you can't actually directly tell them what you want them to know. Okay, you know how we all do that. You and I know that we've been in that situation. Don't worry, this is a safe space. Okay, hi, I'm Glory, and this is Becoming a Pod, a space that was created to help you evolve into your best self. So now, why do we do this? Why do we tend to start posting these pictures, posting our glow up, posting that we are doing better, just so that they see? We are humans. We are wired for validation. We are wired for acceptance. Okay, we want to be seen as good people. We want to be perceived as good. Okay, we want to be perceived in a positive light. So yeah, when we fall out with someone, it threatens our identity. When we are close to somebody, or we love somebody, we give them a tiny bit of ourselves. Okay, we tend to lose a bit of ourselves to them. We give it to them. So when a fallout happens, we tend to lose that identity. We tend to lose a tiny sense of self. So we feel like they have a negative narrative about us in their head, which is why they probably don't love us anymore or whatever. We believe they now have a narrative of us, a wrong narrative of us, or a negative narrative. So we start performing, we start trying to prove them wrong, we start trying to create a different narrative just so they see us and they are like, oh, maybe they were not so bad. Maybe I should go back and apologize to them. So we start creating this image. Okay, we try to start creating this image so that we prove them wrong. That is just it. Like, that is humans. Okay, another thing is that it threatens our sense of value. Okay, when you fall out with somebody, and because you've given them a tiny bit of yourself, they know you, like they know you on a deeper level. You feel like now this person no longer value me, or they no longer think I'm as important to them as I was, or you feel like you're no longer important to them anymore. So there's this, your ego starts trying to repair your self-image. You start trying to regain social value. So you start trying to put up an act or a performance, or trying to prove them wrong, trying to look your best, trying to show up as your best self, trying to show up. Personally, for me, when I fall out with somebody, I tend to be more productive. I tend to start doing more things that are like focused on me. I tend to start reading more. I tend to start working out more. I tend to start doing more things that just help me generally. Although it's not because I'm trying to prove anything to anybody. Okay, so yeah, we just have that. It's just in our nature. It's just in our human nature. So we start focusing more on working on the outside. Okay, looking our best physically, showing up, showing them that we've grown. We're trying to show them our glow up, trying to show them that we have evolved, when in actual sense we are just performing an act. We are not being intentional about that growth. That growth is not real. Okay, we are just performing. But then, why do we care about what they think of us? Why do we need their validation? Whatever happened has happened. Okay, if you start trying to put up that act to bring them back, instead of trying to work on the entire thing, work on your mindset, work on your whole self to actually grow and evolve and move past whatever it is that you left behind, it is just all an act and it is not real. Okay, you need to stop seeking their validation. You need to stop trying to prove something to them. You need to stop. You need to understand that it is in the past. It has happened. Okay? Sometimes the universe, God is trying to take some things away from our lives so that better things can come in. But then we start putting these acts, try to overstretch ourselves just because we want to prove them wrong. We want to show them that yes, the universe is working in our favor, we are evolving, we are growing, we are better off. You need to understand that there is no competition. There is no competition. Whatever competition you think, or whoever it is you need to prove wrong, should be that person should be the negative thoughts in your head, the wrong thoughts in your head. That is what you should prove wrong. The thoughts that tell you you can't do this, the thoughts that tell you you'll never get there, the thoughts that tell you you can never evolve into your best self. That is the thought you should be trying to prove wrong. Not people that left your life, not people you fell out with, not people that God or the universe has taken out of your life for the best reasons. Okay, stop trying to put up an act. Stop trying to perform for them just because you want their validation. It's exhausting. Okay, you will be exhausted, and then you would also not be able to actually experience true self-discovery. You would not experience authentic growth, okay, because you're so busy, you're so focused on chasing their validation, which you don't even need. So now, how do you stop living for others? How do you stop the performance? Number one, get honest with yourself. Ask yourself honest questions. Sit with yourself, sit with the hurt, sit with the anger, sit with that emotion, and ask yourself, if nobody was watching me, if they were not watching me, would I still do this? Would I still want to take care of myself? Would I still invest in personal development? Would I still do that? So you need to ask yourself honest questions. Stop avoiding your emotions. Stop avoiding the feelings. Stop trying to mask what you are feeling by trying to show glow up pictures and show that you understand deep codes. Stop trying to do all that performance. Sit with yourself, ask yourself honest questions, and process your emotions. The second thing is to work on rebuilding your self-image. Okay, work on rebuilding your self-image by shifting your focus from whatever is happening out there back to yourself. Focus on redefining your values. What do you want for yourself at this point in your life? What kind of relationships do you want for yourself? What kind of relationships do you want to attract? What kind of energies do you want to find yourself in? Okay, define these things. What kind of life do you want to give yourself? How do you give yourself that life? What do you need to start doing to give yourself that life? Bring all your focus back to yourself. Okay, redefine what you want, redefine your values. How do you work consistently towards that life that you desire? Okay, when you do all this, you don't even have time to think about who is watching you or who you fell out with. You don't even have the time. So yes, the third thing I'll say is set boundaries and respect them. You need to respect boundaries. Respect your boundaries. Okay, stop checking their page. Stop going through old chats. Stop stalking. Stop rehearsing imaginary conversations in your head, like, oh, maybe I should have said this, maybe I should have said that, maybe I shouldn't have done this, maybe I shouldn't have. Stop all that. Okay, kill all that. Set boundaries for yourself. Okay, set boundaries. Okay, personally, I would completely cut off. I would completely not. I don't want to know what you are up to. I don't want you to know what I'm up to. Okay, like whatever has happened has happened. Whatever we've gotten to experience each other. Okay, we've experienced life with each other, and then if it didn't work out, that is it. I don't try to go stalking their page or trying to see what they're up to or trying to all those things are also unnecessary. You had the time. Okay, you had the time. You people had that time of life to do all that, to experience each other, right? You had that time. So if it ended, why are you still going back there? What are you going to look for in the old chats? What are you going to look for? What are you rehearsing conversations for? All those things are not they are no longer necessary. Okay, the fourth thing, which is the final thing I'll say, is to practice mindful independence. Now, what do I mean by this? Grow quietly, grow in private. Set goals that you want to achieve in private. Okay, it helps to rewire your brain and to actually acknowledge that you are not doing this for some sort of validation. You are not performing, you are growing quietly. You see your growth. You don't need any applaud. You don't need anybody to tell you, oh, she's actually doing great, or he's actually doing great. No, you are just, you're doing it for yourself. Growth, becoming, evolving is not about putting up an act. It can never happen when you're pretending. Okay, it doesn't happen that way. It doesn't happen in pretense. It happens when you are real with yourself. It's not about proving somebody wrong, or it's not about trying to change the narrative somebody have of you in their head. No, it is about your progression. It is about knowing that you are working towards becoming your highest self. It is about becoming someone that you are proud of even when nobody is watching. They don't need to see your progress for your progress to be real. They don't need to see your success. That's okay. They don't need to see your success and acknowledge it for it to be real. You also do not need to win a fallout or a breakout. It happened. You don't need to try to prove them that you were right, or no, you don't need to win whatever it is. There's no need to win and say, oh, I'm doing better than you now in life. No. Okay, it's all in the past. Let it remain in the past. Focus on yourself. Focus on your growth. Okay, yourself. Life is about yourself now. Build a life that feels good on the inside, not just the life that feels good or that looks good on the outside. Real growth is not about performance. It is something you live. It is something you feel and something that you actually become. Okay, if this episode was helpful to you, please like, subscribe, and share it with somebody you care about. Okay, help this video to reach more people. Okay, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.